Thank you, Daniel. Uh, wow, brief, precise, but very, very powerful. I think I like your, your presentation, very sequential.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can already see my LinkedIn profile being overhauled right from the banner.
Okay.
I actually didn't know that there's something that's supposed to be there. I thought it's beautiful and it's blue. Now I know better. So thank you very much. And I want to believe every other person is learning. So I want to allow to invite questions as Mutuku has said. And I think that was a powerful, powerful presentation. I expect quite a number of questions. Then there's Abulo Abayi. He says, thank you for the great insights. How do you handle connection requests? Do you accept all of them or you view the profile first? Because they could be many.
Okay. Personally, it highly depends with what is your intention or what is your vision when you go to LinkedIn. So personally, I do not reject any connection. I accept all the connections if someone does a request, because I believe in the sense that there's a lot of privacy when it comes to LinkedIn, and it's not, whoever is asking for a connection does not necessarily wants to dig deep into your own personal information, but they want to have that professional kind of connection. So I accept all of them, but with time I engage, I look at for example, the kind of content that someone posts,
to my
something that is of
application.
value.
It is.
Then from there we can be able to build up the conversation. So it all depends with what you want to achieve, but I would advise accept as many as they come in. I'm sure before someone actually sends you a request, they are searching for you. The same way you are a manager somewhere, someone will just search managers in hotel industry and then send a correction. You never know what that would build up from. And since people are sharing professional content, I think it is okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Maybe a comment there, Mutuku. I think I would say, in agreement with what you've said. On Facebook, I have hundreds and hundreds of requests that I've never responded to because I don't know the owner, the people. But on LinkedIn, I've never denied anybody. They just ask because I can read their profiles and see it's totally professional. Really,
Yes.
I do not expect. But Facebook, sometimes you are wondering when. Of course, on LinkedIn, nobody will post anything funny. Of course, in Facebook, you befriend somebody today, tomorrow they tag you in a pornographic video. So, you are like, I don't want. Yeah, but LinkedIn, you will never find. I doubt you will ever find any such kind of stuff on me.
And maybe
so
just to add on that,
yeah,
it is when you understand the intention of the platform from the word go. When people are creating LinkedIn, what do they intend it for? Actually, that is why they are not saying you are being friends with someone. You are actually creating a connection. But on Facebook, it is intended for people who know each other and they are just moving their friendship onto the platform. So it is okay for me to be friends with Matthew because I know him offline, but I cannot accept his request online and I don't know him even on our offline kind of life. But LinkedIn, it is meant to connect people in the same industry, even if they don't know each other in real life. So understanding the purpose of the platform from the creators themselves will really help.
Okay, thank you very much. Pudu says, great presentation. I've always taken LinkedIn for granted, not knowing how important it is professionally. Thank you. We have opened somebody's eyes. Good presentation, Stephen says. Good. That is, I want to believe Stephen. Stephen is our very recent speaker, I think 2 sessions ago. It's great to see you, Stephen, here. Wonderful, wonderful to see that you could come back. Bale Jeremy Peter says, thanks, Daniel, for sharing. Would this make my employer biased if he lads on it? May think I'm not a dedicated employee. What do you think? I think that's a big one, Mr. Mutuku. Your employer is also in LinkedIn. So how do you handle that? I know it's a big fear.
Okay, thank you for that. Jeremy asking, will my employer think that I'm biased? No. Now, here's the thing. The main purpose of you being on LinkedIn is not to look for a job. It is basically to showcase your professionalism, to showcase your skills, to showcase what value you're bringing into the job market. In that process, someone might be able to identify you and call you and have, now you see, either a headhunter or a recruiting manager then connects with you, then contacts you, and then they might give you the job. So it will not be passed, because we are not just going there to say, I want a job. You're not screaming day in, day out, I want a job. But you're busy there talking about, I'm in this industry, this is what is happening, sharing insights, and it is an online kind of a CV or a portfolio of what you can do, the kind of skills you have. So an employer actually, when they see your profile and it is well presented, they will feel like, I think we need even to keep this guy here. He has more value. Rather than just, you're not there just shouting that you are looking for a job. Now, when you subscribe to the job alert, that is not something that is public. It is very private. You will be getting the alert. When you apply for a job, it is private. Not everyone will see that you have applied for a specific job. The same way you are still applying for a job through your email, you're not using, of course, your company email. It is something that is private. So what you showcase is your professionalism and the value that you're bringing in. The job usually comes in as a result of doing a good job showcasing your skills. The Stella, is it okay to post your academic certificate on LinkedIn? You don't need to post the certificate itself, but it gives you an opportunity to put in what are some of the qualifications that you have. Is it a certification? Is it a degree? Is it a diploma? From which institution? From which year to which year? So there are fields that you put in, but you don't necessarily need to take a photo or upload the image or the PDF of your certificate. So hope that is helpful, Stella. It's only that I didn't take time to go down to all the different fields that you can fill in your profile. Coming in, I can see Robert, great insight, Mr. Mutuku. I have to improve mine further. I'm also a beneficiary. I got my current, is it expatriate role via LinkedIn? That is very good, Robert. Thank you very much for sharing. So you can see it is a real platform that really provide value for people who are looking for jobs. Naomi, wow, great presentation. Asante Sana. David saying, great, lovely presentation. Harriet, there are so many comments on LinkedIn. How do you deal with the due diligence? I'm yet to meet with a con man on LinkedIn, but I know people, a situation whereby someone can easily create a profile and call themselves and say they are the hiring manager or HR in Safaricom or in whichever company it is, yeah? However, this is totally not on LinkedIn, but even offline or email and all that. There are so many ways of identifying a conman. No employer will ever ask you for payment at any one point. Pay for interviews material, pay for, I don't know, medical cover before we do this, you need to. No real employer will ask you. So the real intention of a conman is to get money from you. Yeah, so you can be able to engage with someone, but the moment they ask for money, be very cautious. Now, another way, though this is not part of the presentation, but I can talk about it because it is about conmen. Conmen have, when it comes to jobs, they have found a different way of conning people. So what they will tell you is that you need to do this psychometric test, which some company do that, but they will give you an option, 2 links. You can get your psychometric test from this site or this other site. You click on the first one, it doesn't work. You click on the other one, it works. And then they ask you for money to do the psychometric test. That is the newest or the latest kind of scam they are running. So you do the psychometric test and they only wanted to get your money. So be cautious. At any one point, avoid trying to send anyone money. This is Ambani saying, thank you. You have answered my question very well. I appreciate that. What is the importance of recommendation in LinkedIn? Okay, recommendation, the importance is that it is third-party validation. It works so well because I come to your organization and I do a very good job in terms of your website. I was the web designer. You can do a recommendation and say, yes, Daniel is a very good web designer. He did this and this. We like his job. Kudos. So when someone reads a recommendation, it's a third party validation, just showing that this person is good. So you're not just blowing your own horn, but actually people can say, we can attest to what he has posted on his profile. So that is the importance, Lucy. And another thing, ask for recommendation, ask for endorsement, especially if it's an employer, if it is a supervisor that you're working the same company, if it is you are in business, you did some job for someone, if it is your previous employer, there is no harm in asking for that recommendation. Most of them will not respond, but that one that responds can really catapult your career and take it in a totally different direction. Okay, David saying, nice presentation, Daniel. Could you make some comment on the effect of hobbies or one shares on LinkedIn? Would you mention hobbies that would deduct points when the employer is looking for them? Remember, on LinkedIn, when you talk about your hobbies and your interests, you're just trying to show how all-rounded you are. The same thing happens also on your CV. When you put in your hobbies, it is a matter of just showing how all-rounded kind of a person you are. There's usually no good hobbies and bad hobbies. If I like hockey, I like hockey. If I like reading, if I like watching movies, if I like, as in, I wouldn't say that is a bad thing or is a good thing. However, the only thing that you might want to think about is if you're applying for a position which really is a kind of an outgoing kind of position, you're going out to the field to meet people, you are doing sales, you're doing presentation and all that. And the kind of hobbies you have are kind of hobbies that show that you are an introvert. You like reading, you like watching movies, all the things that people do alone. Then that can give a different perception of the person you are. If you are saying that you are a team player, can you show that you are a team player even from the hobbies, the kind of things that you do, they involve teams? So that is what you really need to be able to reflect on. Are they supporting the kind of personality that you want to showcase on LinkedIn or even in your CV? George, I also see many notifications to say thanks for promotion to people, which when we ask them, they say there is nothing like that. How genuine is LinkedIn? Okay, anytime you change your status, for example, you show that you have moved from this position to this, not even change the position. For example, right now, I have written the position somewhere like, I think on LinkedIn, it says I'm a career coach at Career Point Solution. If I go and change, I don't change the name of the company. I'm still at Career Point Solution, and I change my job title, and now I'm no longer a coach. I am now the managing director. LinkedIn picks that up as if you have been promoted or you have changed your position. So it will notify people in your connection that you have gotten a promotion. So it is you who is triggering the algorithm to think that you have a promotion. So when it is important for you to differentiate that, it might not necessarily be that you got a promotion, but you changed something on your profile. The moment you said you started working at Career Point on today's 2nd June last year, it will notify people today that Daniel Mutuku has a 1-year anniversary. So it is still using the data that you put in. So LinkedIn is very genuine, but it is only acting on the information that you're feeding it. Hope that is helpful, Brother George.
I'm told there's a question on Facebook. Let me go there. Okay. My question is, can you use LinkedIn kama ulifika form 4? Okay. Yes, there's a question by one Malaki Paul.
Yes, you can still use LinkedIn even if you did not go to high school. It does not have a limitation. The thing is, when you're filling up your profile, You need to be, of course, as honest as possible. I tell people when I advise them about job search, it is not about your qualification. It is not about the papers that you have. I ran a webinar that is called How to Get a Six-Figure Salary Even Without a Degree or Master's. And the whole message I tell people, it is not that degree that matters. It is not that master's. It is not that it is not important. It is important, yes. But the fact that you, well, what can I use? The value, if you're not able to communicate the value that you're bringing in. Yes, I got up to Form 4, but these are the skills that I have. I can be able to design a website. I can be able to do ABCD. It is the skills that are very important. It is said that hiring managers will look for people, or they will search for candidates based on their qualification, but they really hire based on the skills they have. It is those skills. It is the fact that if you can showcase your ability to train, for example, you are a trainer, you are a carpenter, you can be able to showcase the kind of furniture that you have created, then you can be able to get that job as a carpenter or whichever skills that you have, irrespective of the papers that you have. So let the papers not be the hindrance for your growth. Talk about the value that you're bringing to the market, the skills that you have, what you can do for that company to help them achieve their objective.
Thank you very much. I think that's a very good point. In fact, a confession here. I know you mentioned, I know you saw it in on my LinkedIn profile. I work in finance. Yes, I do, but I've never attended a finance class. So that's qualifies the point you have just said. Yeah, because along the way I've gained the skills around finance, and well, I can be able to convince an employer that I can do it, and anyway I do it. So it is. I think it has little to do with what you have, the training that you have done, but what you are able to offer. Thank you. I want to now wrap up and say, you guys, I think it's been wonderful. And thank you for the great and wonderful presentation, Daniel. I really cannot appreciate you enough. I mean, sparing the time, the sacrifice, and all, everything that it takes. I know for the people who are listening, you may not know how much time is put into such, preparing such a presentation, customizing it to the program overnight, and all that, including the data bundles and everything else that the speaker sacrificed. And I keep saying for free, but I say it's not cheap. It's just being given for free, but it's not necessarily cheap. So please take something, grab it, and run with it. Daniel, it's such an honor. We will be happy to have you again. There's something you mentioned that I've been, in fact, the whole of the day, I've been wondering, where will I get a speaker to speak on this? In fact, I posted somewhere in a certain platform, please give me a speaker like this one. I know you already mentioned it, and I will be engaging you again soon to come and talk about that area. So thank you very much. I want you to maybe just, I can give you a minute to make your closing remark, and then we wrap up.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate getting the opportunity to come and be able to share with you. LinkedIn is it's a very, very useful platform for any professionals. What I've just shared with you is when you're looking at it from an employee or someone who's looking for jobs, and there's still another angle to it, especially if you are a coach, a trainer, or a consultant. You're trying to get clients. There's another aspect to it, which now I use it to be able to get clients. I think, as T. Joe said, I can be able to share with you a lot in that area. Secondly, I want to give you a challenge. It is said that within, once you learn, when you get something new, it takes about 24 hours. And if you are not able to take action within the next 24 hours, chances of you taking action on what you have learned goes way down. So here's my challenge. Between now, right now it's 9:20. I'm sorry, we have taken a little bit long. Before 9:20 p.m. tomorrow evening, please go and do something on your LinkedIn profile. It might just be reviewing it, just getting to know what you need to change, or just deciding to change that tagline, or designing a new banner for yourself, or uploading a new photo, or whatever, as little as it is. make sure at least within the next 24 hours, you take action and do something on your LinkedIn profile, because after that, chances of you doing anything will go way down. And I wouldn't want that to be so. So thank you very much, Matthew. Back to you.
Thank you very much. Quite a challenge there. I will make sure that within the next 24 hours, I've changed, especially the tagline, I've come up with one. Thank you very much. And I want to believe everybody else will. The ones who did not know what LinkedIn is, please start by downloading the app tonight. And then you can configure during the day tomorrow. So thank you very much.